Imagine this. You wake up one day with a big, throbbing pain in your head. You feel dizzy and confused. You rush to the doctor and take some x-rays. And guess what? They tell you that they found something unbelievable inside your skull. A bullet. Believe it or not, this really happened. Welcome to Believe It or Not. I'm your host, Bryan. In every episode, we bring you the wildest true stories from around the world. Today's episode is about a very strange mystery. A man who lived with a bullet in his head for years, without even knowing it. Victor Ramirez was just like any normal guy. He went to parties, hung out with friends, and worked hard during the day. One day, Victor woke up with a bump on his head that kept hurting. He wasn't sure why it hurt, so he went to see a doctor. And the doctor decided to take an x-ray of Victor's head to check if something was wrong with the inside. To Victor's amazement, the x-ray showed a tiny metal bullet lodged in the back of his skull. The bullet was about the size of a small marble. It's known as a .22 caliber. Doctors explained that he must have been shot years ago and never felt it. Victor remembered going to a New Year's Eve party about 5 years earlier. He said he got a bump on his head around midnight at the party, but he was so drunk that he totally forgot about it. Because he didn't feel much pain at the time, he never told anyone. The cut on his skin healed up as if nothing had happened, and the bullet stayed stuck under his skin, deep inside his skull. Victor went about his life with no clue at all, until that fateful day in the doctor's office. Doctors believe Victor's story is true. They think someone at the party might have been shooting a gun into the air to celebrate New Year's Day. Some people do that, even though it's really dangerous. They think that the bullet probably flew high into the sky and came down like a falling raindrop, hitting Victor right on the head and burying itself into his skull. Luckily, the bullet didn't break through his skull or hurt his brain. His skull bone was so strong that it acted like a helmet and held the bullet in place instead of letting it go any further. Victor only discovered the truth when the pain from that lump made him check it out years later. Finally, thanks to the doctor's x-ray, the mystery was solved, and doctors safely removed the bullet in an operation. Victor was very relieved. He was extremely lucky that the bullet had missed all the important parts of his brain and that it only caused mild headaches rather than something much worse. And get this, after the surgery, doctors gave Victor the bullet as a keepsake, a memento, a little memorial to his unexpected gunshot wound. And believe it or not, Victor's case is not the only one. In other true stories, people have discovered bullets in their heads long after the shooting happened. For example, in Albania, a woman went about 12 years with a bullet lodged under her cheekbone. She remembered being shot while asleep in 1997 during a time of chaos in her country. But the doctor at that time thought the bullet had passed through and didn't even look for it. 12 years later, she suddenly collapsed with pain, and an x-ray discovered a bullet that was still in her head. Another even more incredible case comes from China. A woman discovered a bullet in her skull from World War II. After 64 years. She had headaches all her life until doctors finally removed the bullet, ending her 64-year headache. These amazing true stories show how strange and really resilient our bodies can be, and also how important x-rays are for helping doctors solve medical mysteries. Now, here are a few fun facts. Skull strength. Your skull is like a super strong helmet for your brain. In fact, it's made of 22 bones, all connected together. These bones form a very tough shell. Bone can be stronger than some metals of the same weight, so your skull can sometimes stop or hold things like bullets that hit it. This is why Victor's skull was able to hold the bullet in place without letting it break through. Fun fact number 2, no pain in the brain. Here's a cool fact. Your brain itself doesn't feel pain. The skin on your head and the covering around the brain have pain sensors, but the brain tissue does not. That means if something touched the inside of your brain, you wouldn't even feel it. Victor didn't notice the bullet for years because his brain didn't feel the impact. Only his skin and skull did. Fun fact number 3, celebration danger. Sometimes people fire guns into the air to celebrate. For example, on New Year's or at a party, thinking that the bullet will be harmless. But the truth is, what goes up must come down. And a bullet shot upward will eventually come back down like a very fast rain droplet. It can be extremely dangerous. As you can see, in Victor's case, a celebratory bullet landed on his head without anyone realizing. And our last fun fact, brain power. Your brain is incredibly powerful. It's made of billions of cells and uses lots of energy to keep you thinking, learning, and moving. Even with a bullet in his head, Victor's brain was able to keep working normally. In a way, his brain adapted and kept him alive and well until the bullet was removed. Your brain is like a supercomputer that often finds a way to keep everything running, even after strange accidents. Wow, what an incredible and unbelievable adventure. Victor Ramirez had a bullet hidden in his head for years, and only a doctor's checkup solved the mystery. His story shows that sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction. Luckily, Victor was okay in the end, and he has doctors and clever X-ray technicians to thank for help finding that pesky bullet. If you ever feel something strange in your body, remember that doctors have amazing tools to look inside, just like the X-ray that solved Victor's mystery. Next time on Believe It or Not, we're heading to the sports world. Have you ever wondered why tiny Green Bay, Wisconsin has a famous NFL team called the Packers? Green Bay is really small, but its football team has fans all over the world. Tune in to episode 47 to find out how this little town ended up with a big team. Until then, keep wondering, keep learning, and remember, sometimes the truth is weirder than fiction.